Today we're going to do some web slinging, but infinite. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and today it's time for some infinite web slinging combo. This is a combo I saw come across my Twitter a while ago, and I was like, I gotta try to build around this, see if it's actually possible to pull off, and I'm still not sure if it is, but we're gonna find out today. So let's talk about our infinite web slinging combo deck for standard, what it's trying to do, jump into some games, and see if you can go infinite with web slinging. So our deck today, it's a combo deck that needs technically 4 cards, but 3 main groups of cards. So number 1, we need a creature that makes more creatures when we play creatures, if that makes sense. So for this, we have Silkweb Weaver, or Alani on Magic Arena, and Ultic Matter Weaver. Either one of these, when we cast a creature spell, we get a 1/1 token. So that's step number 1. Next, we need Supportive Parents. Unfortunately, there's not a backup for Supportive Parents, but Supportive Parents let us tap 2 untapped creatures to make a mana of any color. So this is combo piece number 2. Combo piece number 3, we need 2 copies of a card that web slings into play, or in webs into play, for a single mana. So for this, we have Arachne, which is Yuranosaki on Magic Arena, Spider-Man Web Slinger, which is Deval on Magic Arena. So the idea of this combo is this. Let's say we get all these pieces. We have a creature that makes creatures when we play creatures. We have Supported Parents, so we can tap 2 creatures to make mana. We have 2 1-mana Web Slingers. How do we actually win the game? So the idea is actually pretty simple. So let's say we have Alani down. So when we cast a creature spell, we get a token. We have a Supportive Parents, so we can tap 2 creatures to make a mana. What we can do is we can web sling a creature into play. That's going to trigger Alani to make a creature. Then we're going to have this untapped Web Slinger and the creature token. We can tap both of those to Supportive Parents, and then we can web sling this second 1-mana Web Slinger into play, picking up the first one, and it repeats the process. We get another token. We have the untapped Web Slinger. We tap them both to Supported Parents. We web sling again. So essentially, we just keep web slinging every time we go through this loop. We make a token, we make an infinitely big board. The next turn, we pump with Alani, or just make hundreds of tokens and kill our opponent with 1 attack. If we have 2 copies of a creature that makes a creature when we play a creature, so like Alani and the Ultic Matter Weaver, then we actually just make infinite mana because we're making more tokens than we need to tap to Supportive Parents, and then we can just play everything and win the game that way. So that's the goal of the deck. The rest of the deck is mostly about finding and protecting the combo. So the biggest challenge of this deck is we have 4 different combo pieces we need. We need 4 cards to pull this off. And the biggest pinch is Supported Parents, because all of our combo pieces except Supportive Parents have a redundant backup copy. There's multiple creatures that make a creature when you play a creature. There's multiple 1-mana Web Slingers. So to find our combo pieces, we have Fate Weaver, which can just tutor up a spider hero for 2 mana. So it gets everything except Supportive Parents. Nature's Rhythm just tutors out anything if we have enough mana for it, so this can find the Supportive Parents. Voice of Victory just keeps our opponent from interacting during our turn, so we don't have to worry about removal. Plus, it's kind of cute with web slinging. If we're not comboing, we can attack with Voice of Victory, make them mobilize tokens, which are tapped and attacking. They're going to sacrifice anyway, but we can web sling off of them and get a real creature. We have 1 Enduring Innocence for card draw, basically a tutor target for Nature's Rhythm. Then we have a bit of removal. Same Rip, Get Lost, Shelter by Ghost to stay alive while we're trying to get things set up. Mana Base, the 2 Planet Lands, just 1-ups, but they're pretty cute. It's another way we can tap a creature so we can web sling off of it if we don't have the full combo. Otherwise, just mana fixing stuff. In the sideboard, a bunch of removal. Authority of the Consuls for aggro. Heritage Reclamation is a catch-all. Rest in Peace for graveyards. Even Interrupter for control. And that is infinite web slinging combo for standard. And that's our deck for today. So let's jump into some games and see if it's actually possible to web sling our way to victory, but infinitely. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit for the wrap-up. Need some magic cards? Well, you can snag them from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Want to help out the channel? Well, you can snag these super sweet new dice, playmats, tokens, and more over at mtggoldfishmerch.com. It is infinite web-slinging combo time. Well, we get to play first. This hand looks pretty reasonable. We don't need a lot of combo pieces to go fully infinite, but we have like 3 of the 4. Opponent, land, and Lana War. Well, play the land. Do we kill the elf? I think we're just gonna, man. I know you bolt the bird, but Get Lost the elf is a lot more painful. We're gonna play the Voice of Victory. Let's see if we regret not killing this elf. Opponent, land. Oh, Sentinels in the Nameless City, okay. Slight regret, slight regret. Well, we drew a land, which is good. Huh. Well, let's play Multiversal Passage untapped, take the 2. And I think we just get down Enduring Innocence. It's just a 1-up in the deck. Unfortunately, we can't attack and get a token to draw a card. Opponent, land, and... a Bororoid. Well, yeah, life is real bad. That is, I think, the Simic Nut Draw. Turn 1 Elf, turn 2 Sentinel, turn 3 a Bororoid. That is as bad as it gets. How can we win this game? Is it possible we win this game? So we can kill the Bororoid. I still don't feel like we're likely to win the game from that position, though, because we're taking so much damage. I think we just have to try to combo. So if we play the Ultic Matter Weaver, the way we combo with this deck, we need Supportive Parents, we need a creature like Matter Weaver that makes a creature when we play a creature, and then we need 2 1-mana Web Slingers. So if we draw a 1-mana Web Slinger next turn, we can play the Supportive Parents and then just combo off. So I think we just try to accept that we're going to take an insane amount of damage and then hope we get lucky and go infinite next turn. Because I don't think we win just by killing a Bororoid. Their stuff's already so big. Ugh. Well, okay. Now we can't win because without the Matter Weaver, we don't have enough time. Well, maybe we should have killed the elf. Good news is we get to bring in a bunch of removal. Bring in Shelter by Ghosts, bring in the Seam Rips, trim some of the protection mostly because Simic's not a super interactive deck. And I guess maybe a couple of the radioactive spiders. They're good tutor targets, but that's about it. Well, the good news is I don't think one land no keep, especially with Multiversal Passage. If it was a dual land, maybe. Okay, this is much better. This end's actually very nice. The good news is I don't think our opponent can possibly have as good of a draw as last time, because that was literally as good as Simic draws get. That was the dream. Opponent, land. Land of War. All right, maybe it can be as good. Ooh, untap mana. I think we just play Supportive Parents. We could get down our Silk or a Lenny, but I think getting down the Supportive Parents makes sense here. We're actually super close. We need 1 more 1-mana Web Slinger. And now we actually get to pop off. Opponent, Fable Passage gets a land. All right, this starts a little slower for our opponent. A little bit slower, not already facing down a 3-drop at least. Bushwhack to get a land. That's fine. Grabs an island. Well, let's just draw a Web Slinger and do some things. Ooh, Matter Weaver. Oh, we could use some actual white mana. We can make white mana with the Supportive Parents. This is just a painful way to do it, but I think we just tap them both, get down the Matter Weaver. We could get down the Lenny and do some Web Slinging, but I think it's better to wait. And we're actually just going to tap the Matter Weaver here. We don't care that much about turning on the Planet Land, but it sends a message to our opponent that you don't need to kill the Ultic Matter Weaver. It's tapped. You can attack us. We will take the 1. We will take the 1. Just don't kill it because we want a combo. So if we draw a 1-mana Web Slinger, we go infinite. Pound it. Gonna grab them a island. Passes. Oh, so we're still 1 card short of going infinite. Well, I guess what we do, I mean, this is still just a pretty good value play. So, Supportive Parents, tap. Make a white mana. Tap the Llanowar Elf for mana. Now we can Web Sling out a Lenny. Pick up the Llanowar. Make a token with Matter Weaver. And then replay the Llanowar, make 2 tokens. That's one of the nice things about this deck is even when we don't go infinite, we can just get off to these pretty explosive starts where we're just gonna like end up with a lot of power and a lot of bodies on the battlefield. And now we can just pump with a Lenny and maybe win that way. Well, I guess we keep going. Tap them, do a little Web Slinging, and pick up the Llanowar. Wow, what a turn. What a turn. An opponent scoops it up and, well, not infinite, but that was still a pretty sweet Web Slinging turn. The synergies are pretty sweet. Well, so far, game 1, our opponent ran us over, no chance. Game 2, we ran our opponent over, no chance. Who wins the game 3? Can we actually have a close fight for once? We're gonna keep this. The Planet Land, we have 2 Planet Lands. 1 copy of the white one, 1 copy of the green one. They are really cute with the synergies, but they're clunky in the early game. All right, a little Web Slinging action is not bad. Well, I mean, we're just gonna play the Verge, get down the Llanowar Elves. Thankfully, our opponent for once did not have a Llanowar, so that is good news. I don't know how good Yer and Asaki, the opponent, into the Flood Maw. I don't know how good Yer and Asaki are in this matchup, since they don't tax creatures. Opponent, Beastbinder. Tap land Llanowar, maybe? Yeah, let's just do that. The untap land doesn't really do anything anyway. Oh, about it. Fabled Passage. I don't know about the Fabled Passages in our opponent's deck. They have seemed, speaking of clunky, it's 2 games in a row they've come into play tapped. Alright, gonna bushwhack the Llanowar. Sure. Gets in with a Beastbinder. Yeah. Down to 19. Well, play the land, and I guess it's Yuranosaki time. Dual Arachning. I mean, I guess we can name, like, instant, maybe? Alright, 2 creatures in hand. I think we just name instant. Our deck doesn't have many instants, so it shouldn't hurt us much, and we know they have, like, Into the Flood Maw at a minimum. They could have some counters after sideboarding. So we need the supportive parents to really go infinite. Opponent gonna get in with the Beastbinder. Paw Patch. Man, we might just split up here. I don't know if this is actually kind of cute that we can use a planet land to tap down the Yuranosaki, and then split up. I think it's worth it. I mean, they could go Land of Oroid, and that would be bad, but this is pretty good value. Blow up all the untapped creatures, play the land, and we could web sling, but is there even a point? Not really. An opponent scoops it up. Well, all right. No combos, but we did get to see the power of web slinging. Yeah, all right. We'll get him with the combo next time, but that was still pretty sweet. Oh, but we do need 2. It seems so awkward because they're legendary, but we do need 2 1-mana web slingers for the combo. Fate Weaver can get a combo piece. Nature's Revolt, Nature's Rhythm can get a combo piece. So even though this looks really bad, I think it's worth keeping. Let's get down the Fate Weaver. Pass the turn. Hopefully I get to show you the combo at some point, and then it'll make way more sense. Pona gets in, hits us down to 17. All right, Enduring Innocence. Won't get in, hit ya. I mean, we can't. I guess we web sling here. I mean, the other thing about having 3 of them is we can just trade off one of them with this Cecil. Opponent, well, I guess we're going Enchantment to slow down the Unholy Annex a bit. That is a pretty good black hand. We do not have any removal, which is scary. This does tax our Enduring Innocence. Enduring Innocence just a 1-of. I'm gonna go Cavern Spider so we can play the Radioactive Spider. Bonnet, land, and with Sorry Revenant. If they attack, we are just gonna trade. We need 2. We need 2 1-mana web slingers. We don't need 3. So trade with the Cecil. All right. Not a bad draw, Lenny. So we're a supportive parents away from going infinite. Well, we gotta get all the pieces on the battlefield, but yeah, let's play this for white, untapped. I think we're gonna get in. I don't think they're gonna block, and I want to web sling out. I want to web sling out this Eleni, so we're gonna risk it. All right, opponent takes it. Well, Eleni for 3 mana is actually pretty good. Get down the Silk. Well, okay, combo piece number 1 achieved. Just play your, I don't know, Unholy Annex. All right, opponent gonna play the Unholy Annex, sure. So we need the parents. We need a mom and our papa. Opponent gets it, hits us out to 11. Unholy Annex draws a card. Another one. Hit you down to 12. So with the combo, it's worth pointing out, we don't need both of the web slingers in hand. We do need 2 of them, but one of them can be on the battlefield. We need 1 in hand, so we can run 1 out early. Although I think we're just gonna play the Enduring Innocence to get some life gain and card draw going. Opponent land. Bloodletter of, oh god, are we dead? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter what we do because, yeah, Bloodletter of Raklizots. If you don't got removal, it is pretty good. Well, let's bring in some more removal to kill the Bloodletter of Raklizots. Shelter by Ghosts get lost. Go down a couple of the Nature's Rhythms, a voice, a couple of radioactive spiders running like that. Because our combo needs multiple creatures on the battlefield and staying on the battlefield. I feel like black deck's gonna be some of the hardest matchups because black decks are pretty good at killing creatures. This hand's fine. Get down the Fate Spinner, Fate Weaver, Radioactive Spider. Card has so many names. Bonnet. Intimidation Tactics. Well, I imagine you take the Lenny, right? They're gonna take the voice. Interesting. So that must mean they just have removal. In the dark with this deck, It changes a little bit depending on your hand. Like, if you want to play a radioactive spider, you need to name spider. But in general, human is the thing to name. Ugh, opponent, duress, so much discard. Human's the thing to name. Cavern on human covers almost all of our creatures. Opponent, Cecil, odd night. Oh, there's appearance. Oh, we need a lot of web slinging, though. Well, let's get in and hit ya. Opponent gonna trade off with the Cecil. Well, I guess it's time to Nature's Rhythm out a Llanowar Elf so we can get some mana. Do we want Fate Weaver? Nah, I think Llanowar's better. Llanowar is also just really good because it's one of the easiest cards to web sling off of. Tap it for mana. Like, next turn we can web sling out Alani, pick up the Llanowar, replay the Llanowar. Opponent, Quasari Revenant. Another Alani. Well, let's do the trick. Look at these spider synergies. Let's see. Green, white, whatever. See if we can do this without taking damage. Alani, web sling it out, pick up the Llanowar Elves. It gets even better. Look at the power. Llanowar Elves make a 1/1. All for just 3 actual lands. I guess 4 mana because of the Llanowar, but opponent. Unholy Annex. Such a good card. And a land. Opponent. Still not feeling good about this. Like, we're doing things. Opponent hits us to 15. We don't have removal, though. Well, okay, there's a... Man, we're a web slinger away. We're a web slinger away. We're a web slinger away. Can we... Oh, man, we can't Nature's Rhythm for it. Not yet. Let's play the Parents. Make a token. Go attack it. Pitch it down to 11. I think we just web sling this out. There might be a world. There might be a world. Actually, we have to hold on to the... Oh no, the demon. We have to hold on to the web slinger because if we Nature's Revolt for what? Oh, we need one more green source. We need one more green source. We need one more green source so we can do it because then we can Nature's... Oh man. Oh, so we can go infinite, but it doesn't matter. We can Nature's... I keep wanting to say Nature's Revolt, which is another card. We can Nature's Rhythm to get a web slinger. It'll enter play, which is fine. Then we can web sling off the web slinger, make infinite tokens, but then our opponent just kill us, right? They hit us for 6 in the air, and then we get drained for 2 from the Unholy Annex. So none of that actually matters. Man, we did the thing, sort of. Well, let's just lead on a Vando. Actually, yeah, we'll play the tap land. Hello, friend. We could play Starting Town and play the Fate Weaver, but I don't think it's worth it. Llanowar Elves for our opponent. Well, let's play the Starting Town and get down Fate Weaver. And you know what? Let's Seam Rip. Get rid of Llanowar too. I mean, there's our first web slinger. So we still need a few more pieces. Opponent, Soulstone Sanctuary, and Mosswood Red Knight. Plains is not bad. I guess we just play Voice. Play the Voice and just pass. Not worth trading the Fate Weaver with a Mosswood Red Knight that comes back anyway. Opponent, Soulstone Sanctuary Part 2. We will take it down to 16. Opponent, Sentinels of the Nameless City. Alright, opponent's gonna take it. I guess just play another Fate Weaver. Fate Weaver is really not bad. Like, 1/1 Death Touch for 1 is fine. In our deck, you can also find our combo pieces, which doesn't come up a ton, but when it comes up, it's pretty relevant. Opponent gonna crack the map on the Mossy. Gonna find a Bat, which is gonna get milled. Getting in with the Mosswood Red Knight. Getting in with the Sentinel. Yeah, I mean... I think we gotta trade. We gotta trade off one of the Fate Weavers. Get rid of that Sentinel. And I think we're gonna kill a Mosswood Red Knight too, actually. This might be kind of a tempo game. So our opponent can get it back, but this resets the counters. Wow, opponent, okay. Did not cast it yet. Well, I mean, get in there. Can't cast anything during our turn. One of the cool synergies with Voice in this deck is we can web sling off the Voice tokens that are gonna go away anyway. So we get to get a 1 mana 3/3. Pretty good for a token that we weren't going to use anyway. And I guess we start stationing. Opponent, I mean, we have a get lost. Bonus down to 15. Maybe we can just kind of aggro them. We still need multiple draws if we're going to try to combo. Found it. Mosswood Dread Knight. Going to draw a card and lose a life. Sure. Mosswood Dread Knight. Kill it and attack. Yeah, get rid of the Mossy. I mean, we're just going to try to close out this game. I don't know if it's going to work, but that's the idea. We draw a forest. Well, get it in, hit ya. I mean, we are hitting for like 7 a turn. Opponent down to 7. And Nature's Rhythm. Only can get a 2-drop, but we can get... Yeah, I guess Ademi is good. We can't activate it now, but it's a flyer that we can force through even more damage with. So if our opponent's plan is to just gum up the ground, I think this should give us lethal next turn. Our opponent also has the tension of, like, if they don't want to lose their Mosswood Red Knight forever, they need to spend 2 mana to an opponent cannot get out of it. All right, well, that was still not a combo, but that was a pretty good win. The deck can get some, like, cute little, like, green-white token wins almost, where we just kind of like the web-slinging cards, when they work, are actually pretty efficient, right? Like when you can pull them off and you're getting them for 1 mana or for 3 mana instead of 4 mana, instead for 3 mana, they actually are kind of powerful. So we can get some fair wins with the deck. I want to see the combo though. I want to see the combo. All this was to infinitely web-sling, but that has proven to be a little bit challenging. We had that one game where we could have infinitely web-slung, but we would have just died anyway, so there was no point. This might be a 1-land, 1-keeper. That looks like a 1-land, 1-keeper to me. With 2 Llanowar Elves, it seems worth it. Opponent also has a land and a Llanowar. Well, let's get on a Llanowar. It would still be very nice if we could draw a land or 2, perhaps even 3, but we still would like to draw them. Don't kill the Llanowar, opponent. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. We need it. Oh, all right. Well, Sheriff Llanowar down. And another Llanowar for our opponent, and we don't draw land. Well, okay. Well, we'll see your Llanowars with another Llanowar. It's the Llanowar game here, except our opponent's killing ours and we're not killing theirs, which is a little awkward. Mosswood Red Knight draws a card. And tap land. Okay. Mosswood Red Knight. Can we draw a land, please? All right, we draw a forest. We draw a forest, so the game will continue. Yeah, I guess we just full price. Yeah. I think we just full price the Uranozaki. See what our opponent's got in hand. Elegy Acolyte, couple of lands. I guess we name instant. We know they have a bunch of instant speed removal. I mean, the Elegy Acolyte's pretty good. Ooh, a Bororoid, okay. Hitting us. Oh, now we have to kill a Bororoid? All right, down to 13. We draw a land. It is a little tapped. It is a wee bit tapped. So to win the game, we have the supportive parents. We have the token producer. Technically, Fate Weaver can tutor up another web slinger. Yeah, I think we mill the land. We'll stop on our opponent's turn, and we'll just pass. Opponent, land. We got to kill the Bororoid. We might have a chance to... It's not impossible that we combo here. A little worried about how fast our opponent's clock is. We need a couple more setup turns. But get rid of the Bororoid. Unfortunately, it's 3 mana because we're taxing ourselves. The whole Thalia yourself trick. But at least the Bororoid is not killing us. They can really only attack. There's Elegy Acolyte. They can really only attack with the Mosswood Red Knight. Oh, it'd be sweet. I mean, we can start making bodies. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Well, that makes things way harder. Yeah. We can't come back for that. It's just too late. It's too late. All right, on to game number 3. Oh, Bororoid's so good. It's so good. It only takes... The thing about a Bororoid, it does die, right? But it really only takes 1 turn. And if you get 2 turns out of it, you, like, pretty much just win the game. Well, we will play first. Man, I want to see the combo. I want to see the combo. Now let's play the Verge. Get down the Llanowar Elves. Pass the turn. Maybe we can Fate Weaver our way. Maybe we can Fate Weaver our way into multiple combos. Maybe. Opponent. Paw Patch. Hurry. Ooh, there's the supportive parents. Okay. Okay, that's huge. That is huge. Yeah, let's just go human. Well, yeah, we can play the spiders anyway. Yeah, let's just go human. Do we just go high rolls and run it out? Or do we play the parents? Yeah, let's play parents. Let's play parents. Play parents, pass the turn. Let's hope this Golgari deck does not have removal. Let's hope they do not have removal and we get to do cool things. Mosswood Dread Knight, sure. We draw land, okay. Well, 1, 2, 3. Let's Lenny pick up the Llanowar Elves. Play the land. I mean, this might actually just be enough. This is not a combo. Llanowar Elves make a token. Tap them both to support it. Look at this turn. Look at this turn 3. Fate Weaver. Fate Weaver make a token. Tap them both to the parents. Support appearance is such an explosive card. Yeah, we'll tap down the good stuff to disincentivize our opponent from killing it. Get out another Fate Weaver, and I mean, that's turn 3. That is turn 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're ending turn 3 with 8 creatures on the battlefield. 8 creatures. Lethal next turn. An opponent gives us the GG's. Well, that was not the combo. That was not the combo, although it almost was. I feel like this is a keep. It's not great, but it's fine. Found it. Forest and Dragon Sniper. Okay. Well, we will match your Dragon Sniper with a Dragon Sniper of our own, Fate Weaver. Essentially, no vigilance, but essentially the same. And we get to tutor for spiders. Opponent, Llanowar Elves. I do not know what's happening. Opponent gonna get in, hit us. Down to 19. Ugh, even more lands. Putting Shelter by Ghost on Fate Weaver always feels bad because eventually we want to sack Fate Weaver, but do we need to stop the elf mana? Yeah, let's shelter the elf, I guess. Unfortunately, we can't even attack and gain life, or we just lose it to the Dragon Sniper anyway, but yeah, I don't know if that's right or not, but I feel like we just got to slow things down a little bit. Opponent, Dragon Sniper number 2. All right, well, if our opponent's missing land drops here, I feel like that was a good plan. Well, let's get down the supportive parents. That's the turn. Sadly, we don't have anything great to web sling off of. We might just have to full price this Alani. Opponent, combat, gonna hit us with these super obnoxious Dragon Snipers. Sure. The power of Death Touch, undefeatable. Opponent missing land drops. We are not missing land drops. We are doing the opposite. We kept the land heavy hand and we are drawing many more lands. Well, get down Alani. Step 1, Dragon Sniper is OP. We can't attack into it. We can't block it. Yeah, we're just flooding out on this one. We've drawn, what, 1 non-land, which was the Fate Weaver. After keeping, that's always how it goes, right? You keep the land heavy hand, and then you just, all right, some 1/3 double striking flying action. Sure, opponent hits us down to 13. Well, I mean, we can grab a Web Slinger. We can grab a Web Slinger, and this means if we just top deck a Web Slinger, Boroid, Lightning, Overprotect. Oh man, we might be dying to the jankiest beats ever. I don't know if we can beat this Flying Double Striker or these Dragon Snipers, apparently. About it. I mean, we're 1 draw away from going infinite. Lightning, Army of One. About it. Yeah, sadly, none of our spiders have reach, which is starting to annoy me because that's like that one thing spiders do. What are the webs for? What are the webs for, Watsy? Why are there webs? Why are we web slinging if we can't reach up and snag a friggin' flyer? I don't understand. I mean, we can tutor out something. The problem is you can't tutor out in web sling. We need 1 web slinger in hand. We can't double tutor. We can tutor 1 to the battlefield, but the other one we need in hand to do the thing. We can attack and pump, but it's not lethal. Now we just lose all of our good stuff to Dragon Snipers. We give back, you know what? I think we do this. I think we sack the Fate Weaver to get the web slinger. We lose our Shelter by Ghost, which gives our opponent back the Llanowar Elves. But this does let us go infinite. The problem is, I think we go infinite and still just lose, which is incredibly annoying. Because we go infinite here, but they can overprotect the flyer, which hits us for 8 in the air. And we're not going to have enough blockers. So I think this is... We did it. We did the thing. This is a combo, but we did the thing and and we're going to die anyway, I'm pretty sure, but we might as well get our money's worth and do a little web sling in here. I mean, that's a combo. That is the idea of the combo. Unfortunately, I think this is all for naught. I will say this combo, it's kind of annoying that we have to keep looking at our opponent's hand and choosing something. It is very click intensive. Well, let's keep on web slinging. Is there any way our opponent cannot win here? Like, is there any... Is there any possibility? I guess we just build a board that's presumably lethal if we're somehow still alive. I just don't know how our opponent, unless they just like, we do have a bunch of cards in hand, so we are gonna have mana up. So maybe there's a world where they're like, we're just not gonna go for it because if we go for it and there's a removal spell, it's kind of bad. But I mean, our opponent, the problem is because we have gone infinite. Because we have gone infinite, I guess we can just go infinite-er. But the problem with this is, so now we had to spend 2 life. We had to spend 2 life, which means now we're literally just dead to the flyer. But this does let us actually make infinite ground blockers, which is actually good, right? Now we can get the Ultic Matter Weaver. I guess we should have just done this in the first place, although it doesn't really matter. And now we go back to doing the same thing, except we're making 2 tokens every time through the loop. So now we have infinite mana. Now we have infinite untapped tokens. So we have infinite blockers. But we cannot be a 1/3 flying double striker, apparently. So our hope is that our opponent just does not go for it. I imagine they go for it because what else are they going to do with their dang lives other than go for it? Because if they don't go for it, they know they're dead. So that's kind of the problem, right? If our opponent thought there was some chance that they were alive next turn, then maybe they don't go for it because they're like, well, if they have a removal spell. But because our opponent knows they're 100% dead, I don't know how they don't go for it. So I think we just do all this and then lose. If only we had some haste. Although we might time out before we made a lethal board anyway. Because, like, in theory, when we go this infinite, and it's not going to work here, but we can, like, technically, it just doesn't happen on Arena because of the clicking thing, but we make infinite mana, which then lets us infinitely puff our creatures. So all of our creatures are infinitely large, which in theory could mean we just one-shot kill our opponent, but in practice, all we can really do is make a board that's big, pass the turn, and hope our opponent's like, oh no, if we go for it, they're just gonna kill our flyer. But I imagine, like, they know they're dead next turn, so they gotta just do it, right? Well, I mean, that's a combo. It doesn't always lead to a win, because apparently, Dragon Snipers and 1/3 flyers are OP. Opponent thinking about it. You gotta do it, opponent. You don't have a choice. Sadly, we left our opponent no choice, and that means we are going to die as a result. To literally some of the jankiest beats I've faced in a while. Halana and Elena. Counters on the flyer. We do not have a removal spell, and that is how you go infinite with web slinging and still die. Well, let's bring in a little bit more removal. See if we can stop those unbeatable dragon snipers. What do we go down? I guess a couple of Fate Weavers, the Voice of Victories. We go down to Nature's Rhythm. Maybe the Ademi. I don't feel like we need that much protection. Our opponent does not appear to be a super removal heavy deck. Yeah, maybe go down another Voice or anything like that. Voice is a card that is really important against decks with a lot of instant speed interaction. Not nearly as important against decks that are doing whatever our opponent's doing, which is not interacting at instant speed by the looks. I mean, this hand we have the double web slinger. We still need the parents and we need the token producer. So that's where we're at. But we got a shot. Opponent land and come on, don't land a war. We don't want to. Are we gonna do it again? My goodness. I really would rather put the Sheltered by Ghosts on one of the 3/3s and not on this Fate Stitcher. We can just do it and get rid of the elf and just, yeah, I guess we gotta do it. You know what? Let's just attack. If our opponent wants to trade off their Llanowar, we will accept that. Opponent, would you like to trade? No. All right, you get your Llanowar for a turn. We're gonna get down a Duvriel, whatever that card is. Get down the Fate Weaver. And then this lets us Sheltered by Ghosts on the 3/3 instead of on the Fate Weaver. So then we can still sack the Fate Weaver without giving back the Llanowar. Hopefully there's not some busted 3-drop here. That's the risk. Oh god. Our arch nemesis Dragon Sniper. All right, I guess we can just scoop now. I don't know about Nature's Rhythm. Nature's Rhythm. I feel like it's necessary to actually do the combo. Ah, boy, but it's just kind of expensive. Seam Rip, eh? Well, so we can answer 2 Llanowar Elves. Or maybe we got to get rid of the Dragon Sniper so we can attack. Let's go one Llanowar, 1 Dragon Sniper. And now maybe we can be the aggro and just get the aggro beatdown win here. Plus we get to gain a bunch of life. So hey, you down to 14, go back up to 21 opponent. What scary thing do we have next? Thinking. Tapping. Shelter by Ghost is nice. A nice little bit of protection too. Sometimes we use it as much for protection as removal, which is kind of weird, but if we have like a supportive parents or something, getting it on there just so our opponent can't kill it. Frenzied Baloth. Could really use a draw of some kind here. Multiversal Passage. That actually makes things tricky. Now that we have another land, the incentives to kind of wait. Because if we draw one more land, then we can tutor up supportive parents. If we did not draw land, we might have just tutored up a land or elves, so we were doing something that turn. But I think drawing the land there, oh, lightning, okay. All right, Bonnet, gonna wait. Split up. Man, split up here is so awkward. It's so awkward. I mean, we could just wrath the board, but then we give him back a Llanowar, and I'm not sure we're actually favored if we wrath. But if we don't wrath, what we really want, I think we pass. I think we're, oh man, this is kind of greedy. I think what we need to happen here is we need our opponent to attack with like the lightning and the Baloth. We take the pretty big hit. Oh God, lightning axe. Oh, that's actually unfortunate. Well, okay. Because our opponent drew lightning axe, now they're incentivized to not attack for the turn. We do get the land so we can find ourselves, I guess, the supportive parent. So now we're a token producer away from going infinite. Supportive parents is also nice too, because it gives us a way we can tap down our creatures. So what we were trying to set up there is hoping our opponent attacks, and then we could split up on the tap creatures. But now they have a lightning axe, so they're probably going to put on the lightning. We're going to take an absurd amount of damage. Lightning with double strike's kind of ridiculous. So opponent is going to double the damage of the lightning with lightning's ability. And now we're down to 9. So we can split up just the lightning. Oh, and a Sheltered by Ghosts. Let's Sheltered by Ghosts on the supportive parent. Step 1. Get rid of the lightning. And then, okay, we get rid of the lightning, then we wrath away. Oh. So now we're just, oh, now I think we're just dead. Because this lightning with double strike's too good. We could wrath away the other stuff. And then the Boroid. Yeah, we're super. Well, overprotect. Well, all right. We lost to Dragon Sniper Tribal, I guess. Man, you know what? Maybe, I think we got punished for our greed. I think if we had just split up the first turn and like wrath our board, wrath our opponent's board, maybe, I mean, with how it played out, it would have worked out better. We didn't know about the overprotect at the time. Like, this would have worked out even better if our opponent did not have overprotect, because we would have actually got rid of our opponent's board and mostly kept our board. And then we'd just be facing down a Boroid, and hopefully we could deal with that, or just go infinite. But yeah, at this point, because of the Leyline Axe on the lightning, we're just dead no matter what we do, and the Boroid to make everything huge. So yeah, I mean, we'll, yeah, just kill us, just make us die, opponent. Well, lightning and Leyline Axe, pretty good. Oh, we're gonna try it. It's so greedy. With 3 tutors, we should be able to sub the combo, right? Like, as long as we hit the mana, we can just Nature's Rhythm and everything we need. Now let's play Llanowar Elves. Pass the turn. Land. Well, let's play another Llanowar Elves. Would have rather just drawn a land. I mean, I guess next turn we can Nature's Rhythm for a Llanowar Elves. For even more Llanowar Elves. Oh, about it. This isn't Cauldron, is it? Oh, yeah, blue mana. Opponent passes. We draw land. That's nice. We need to be able to Nature's Rhythm for 3 at least. All right, opponent's just gonna opt in response to the Voice of Victory. Sure. Well, I get in and hit you for 2. So if we draw one more land, then we can start Nature's Rhythming for combo pieces. We already have 1 Web-Slinger. So we need the parents, we need a token maker, we need another Web-Slinger. Good thing is we got 3 Nature's Rhythm, so Crustacean Mage, okay. So some sort of spell slingery into the Flood Maw. Gonna ping us, gonna bounce the Voice, sure. Okay. Or we could just draw combo pieces, that is also acceptable. Well, let's get down to Lenny. Combo piece number 1. Okay, getting closer. Pick up a Llanowar. Replay the Llanowar, make a token. Pass the turn. So now we need Parents and Web-Slinger. Parents and Web-Slinger. Man, if we draw one more land, then we can Nature's Rhythm for the Parents. And then the next turn we can Nature's Rhythm for the Web-Slinger, go infinite. We're so close. We're so close. Is it actually going to happen? Are we going to Web-Sling infinitely? Opponent. Untapped Multiversal Passage on black. Interesting. So it's Grixis? Opponent. Ooh. Crustacean Mage with a baby this time. Okay. Enduring Innocence that we can't even cast. I guess we can Nature's Rhythm for a Llanowar? That doesn't feel good, but I guess we can also just make tokens. We can just Web Sling. It's okay to have one Web Slinger on the battlefield for the combo. So we can Web Sling, pick up Llanowar, replay Llanowar, make a couple tokens. I mean, I guess that's fine. It's not really letting us combo, but it's fine. Yeah, and then we'll replay the Llanowar, make another token. I do think Eleni's actually a pretty good card. It is a card that, like, it's kind of slow. It's got to sit out for a few turns. It's not like Aboroid. Aboroid's that card that it's like, yes, it doesn't do anything when it enters the battlefield, but if you can stick it for 2 turns, it probably wins you the game. Alani's like, if you can stick me for like 4 or 5 turns. I mean, I guess it depends on your hand, but Alani is a little bit slower than something like Aboro. Oh, VV. Well, thankfully our opponent's only got 2 cards in hand. This seems like just Spell Slinger VV, more like a Prowess VV. Hopefully they can't do too much just since they don't have many cards in hand, but if they have a card draw with VV out, we could die very quick, especially with 3 Crustacean Mages. Every spell they cast, every instant or sorcery, gonna burn us for 3. All right, Burst Lightning gonna take down a Llanowar, which is actually awkward. Because that means we are even farther away. We're even farther away from Nature's Rhythming. Well, there's a land. Do we just Nature's Rhythm for Llanowar? It feels so bad. It feels so bad, but this lets us get the Parents next turn. Yeah, I mean... oh, for the want of lands, pass the turn. So next turn, we actually have enough mana that we can get the Parents. Oh, we actually need to draw... We need to draw the Web Slinger because we played 1. So now we need to draw 1. So what we probably have to do is get the Parents. And then if we don't draw another Web Slinger, we might have to get Fate Weaver to sack and tutor up the Web Slinger. But that would still work. Frost Cliff Siege. Gonna trigger their stuff. Grow the BB. Burn us. Get a little trample. Thankfully our creatures are... Well, I assume they go Trample Haste. I guess we'll see. Yeah, opponent's gonna go Trample and Haste. What do we got, Nemesis? What do we got? Thankfully, we have blockers right now, so we can survive. All right, VV mana. Still thinking. Burst Lightning on Llanowar. Okay. That means we don't have the mana again. Once again, we cannot get the supportive Parents. Well, thankfully, our opponent doesn't have good attacks. Okay, we drew a land. Thank the magic gods. Well, okay. Let's 3 mana. Nature's Rhythm. Opponent's out of cards for now. We are at 7, so there still is a world where we just die to our opponent. Our opponent, like, drawing card draw and chaining together cantrips, but we gotta get supportive Parents. So now we are 1 card away from going infinite with Web Sling. We'd have to tap 4 creatures to play Voice. Yeah, I think we just have to play defense because they have Trample and Haste. All right, big turn. Let's see if our opponent draws something. If not, we have a chance. If not, I think, so it's 1, 2, 3 to get the Spider. 2 to sack the Spider. Yeah, we do go infinite next turn. Even if we don't draw it, we can use the Nature's Rhythm to get the Fate Weaver, to get the a multi-step process to get our last combo piece. But it is possible, opponent. Pass it. Oh my god, we just drew it. Oh my god, we just drew it. Oh my god, we just drew it. Oh my god, it's happening. We can even play the Voice just to make sure. We might as well. Come on, magic gods. We've been trying so hard. Voice of Victory, make a token. Please, no interaction. No, once it sticks. Oh my god, we did it. We did it. Okay, here's the combo. We finally got there. We have a web slinger on the battlefield. We use the supportive parents. We tap it. We tap a token. Now we web sling, picking up the web slinger for 1 mana. Trigger. Now we have 2 new untapped creatures, the token and the web slinger. We tap that, make a mana, web sling. We do this as many times as well. Essentially, every time we go through the loop, we make a single 1/1 token. But that means infinite tokens, which means as long as we don't die, man, this is actually rough because we got to play it out. I think the norm should be just Magic Online is very good at this. Magic Online, the community has a norm, which I think is very good. Actually, can we go even more infinite? I think we have enough mana. Yeah, let's get the Ultic Matter Weaver, and then we go infinite mana too. I don't know if we have enough time to do all this. Nature's Rhythm, I will finish that story in a minute. Get the Ultic Matter Weaver. Now every time we go through the loop, we get 2 tokens, which means infinite mana since we can tap them to the supportive parents. Tap, yeah, we over-tapped a little bit. Tap and tap. So on Magic Online, back to comboing. Pick it up, put it down, make a colorless artifact golem token. Make a citizen token. Oh, boy, it's a lot of clicks to make a token. Supportive parents, tap 2. How about another web slinger? Pick it up. Do it again. Yuren Ozaki is kind of the worst, too, because Yuren Ozaki, we even have more clicks because we have to choose a card type and look at our opponent's hand. But do it again. Tap them both. Pick it up. Well, this is the combo. How far can we go before we time out is going to be the question. Can we even build a lethal board with this number of clicks? But the thing I was going to say, Magic Online, there's a very strong and I think positive community norm where if there's an infinite combo and you know you were 0% to beat it, you just scoop. You don't make your opponent play it out. In this case, I think our opponent should not scoop here because we actually can't kill them this turn. We kill them next turn. We make infinite bodies and then we attack and kill them next turn. But we can't actually kill them this turn. And it is very possible that we go infinite and still die here. Because they have these 3 crustacean mages. All they really need is a card draw effect into another card draw effect. And they can probably just kill us with direct damage. Well, we have to do this for as long as we possibly can. Well, we did it. We did it. This is what infinite web slinging actually looks like. It is another click simulator. Look at your hand again. Still just a land. Hasn't changed. Tap them both. Pick it up, put them down, and make some tokens. It'd be sweet if we had like impact tremors or something, but then we're a 5-piece combo, and as we've seen, even just getting all 4 pieces on the battlefield is tricky. It took all of our tutors. We had to cast 3 tutors this game, but we did it. About it. Yes, we're gonna keep doing this. So we gotta make sure we have lethal next turn. We have to. So here's the thing. We have lethal right now, as long as we don't lose our pump effect. As long as a Lenny lives. Then we have lethal right now, but we can't assume that that's going to happen. Plus, they have trample and haste, so we also need enough tokens that we can realistically block our way through this if our opponent tries to attack with everything and still win on the backswing, which means we actually need a lot of bodies here. If it wasn't for the Frostcliff Siege having trample, it would be a lot easier. We would not need nearly as many, but yeah, it's so funny. We finally pulled this off. We've gotten wins with the deck, but this is like our first real full actual on-screen combo. And as cool as it is, and it is pretty sweet, there still is a chance we lose, which is kind of scary. If we do all this and then they just untap and go like opt burst lightning or something, oh, I'm gonna cry. Really, I think it's just opt burst lightning is all they need. That's all they actually need. Oh, hey, let's get down. Let's get down this Enduring Innocence. Make some tokens. This gets us another card draw. Not that card really changes much. I mean, in theory, if we had unlimited time, we still wouldn't win this turn, but we could also flash back all of the Nature's Rhythms to keep tutoring out more stuff. Because we actually have infinite mana, right? Like, every creature we cast makes 2 tokens instead of 1. So we actually are making infinite mana with supportive parents as we go through this. Well, planet land, not the most helpful. Well, back to the combo. Do a little web slinging. And pick them up and make a token. And look at your hand and choose something random. And is that enough? Is this enough? Let's play the land. I mean, I guess the good news is our clock... The clock has been running this whole time, but it's not really going down. Apparently, we're making just enough actions that it's... We're not losing clock. It's just hovering in the same area with the rope burning. That's gotta be good enough. We're gonna go. We're gonna pass. All right, opponent. Top deck your way out of it if you can. I apologize for making you sit through our infinite web slinging. Please don't kill us. Please don't kill us. It took my hand hurts, opponent. It took so many clicks to make those tokens. Please, please. Don't VV us now. Opponent. Looking at our board. Looking at the creatures. 1 unknown card in hand. And our opponent scoops it up. Oh, we did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. Well, bring in some more removals so we can kill these silly VVs and crustacean mages, I guess. Go down our hero, Nature's Rhythm. And I guess just a Fate Weaver, maybe. And yeah, run it like that. All right, on to game number 2. Against, I guess, is it Prowess? Kind of a unique build of Is It Prowess. Don't usually see the crustacean mages, but this hand, it seems fine. We got the parents. The parents is probably the biggest pinch in the deck. Like every other combo piece in the deck has some sort of redundancy, right? Like there's multiple creatures, there's multiple 1-mana web slingers, there's multiple creatures that make tokens when you play something, play a creature. But there's only 1 supportive parents, and there's nothing else in standard that fills the role. So that's kind of the pinch. That's why we need stuff like Nature's Rhythm. So we have more copies of supportive parents. The rest of it we could do kind of naturally, but that's the one that's tough. Opponent playing some tap lands. Well, let's get this starting town down. And I don't even know, do we run out the parents here? We can just flash in. I think we wait, flash in some protection. And then next turn we can play parents and still have mana to sacrifice if we need to and protect stuff. Opponent, Astrologian's Planisphere, sure. Good card. Opponent, passing. Well, run out of Demi of the Silk Shoots. This Omen Pass, that's so funny. My God, it cracks me up. If it wasn't so confusing and miserable, I think it would be like... It would be such a good meme. It would just be, it's just so absurd. It's just so absurd. But it is also kind of miserable, which makes it less funny. Let's play the tap land. And I guess, so if we play the parents here, we can still tap both creatures to make a mana for a Demi to protect the parents. We're actually not like insanely far away from comboing. Now that we have a web slinger in hand, we need 1 more web slinger, and we need 1 more web slinger, and we need a way to make tokens. I will say I've been like kind of impressed. I guess we could just web sling here and go aggro and not leave up protection. You know what? I kind of like that. I kind of like taxing instants here. We can actually pick up the Demi, since we can't use it anyway. Make sure it doesn't die, because it felt like our opponent was kind of hovering, like they might have a removal spell. I think we're going to name instant. That seems pretty good here. I feel like Arachne or Uranazaki, in some matchups, I mean, it's always necessary because it's one of our combo pieces, right? Just being a 1-mana web slinger. In some matchups, its ability does literally nothing. And then in some matchups, like right now, oh my God, does it wreck people? Like, Uranazaki on instant has to be our opponent's nightmare, right? Like, all their stuff costing one more. They can't kick their Console of the Star charts. They can't tier their Fire Magic, Spell Pierce at 2 mana, so no, horrible unplayable. So I feel like this is one of the matchups where the ability is really good. And opponent scoops it up and wow! Well, we did it. Infinite web slinging. It happened. It took some work, but we got there. So many clicks, but we can talk about that in the wrap-up. Be right back. So what did we learn this week about infinite web slinging combo in Standard? And overall record-wise, the deck wasn't super great. We had a 36% win rate across like almost 20 matches, so a pretty big sample size. 36% win rate, not our worst win rate of all time, but also definitely not a super competitive win rate. And I think that makes sense because there's two pretty notable issues with the deck. So the first one and the big one is pretty obviously we just need a ton of combo pieces. And we saw through our matches, it's actually just not that easy to find 4 combo pieces, and doubly so because they're all creatures. So if we run into a deck that's playing removal, like a control deck or a black deck, it gets even harder because even if we draw all the combo pieces, our opponent's probably just killing some of them. And yeah, we have some protection like the Spectacular Spider-Man or whatever, but still, it's really, really tough to get 4 creatures. I guess it's 3 creatures and then another web slinger in hand, but still, it's just tough to get that many creatures on the battlefield in some matchups. So I think the combo is always going to be kind of inconsistent just because you need so many pieces. The other problem we ran into with the combo is we had a couple of games where we actually went infinite, but still didn't win the game, which is a downside of an infinite combo that wins the next turn. We make infinite tokens, the next turn we deal infinite quote-unquote damage, we get in with all the tokens, maybe punk them with Silk, win the game that way. But the problem is if our opponent can just kill us on the backswing, with the biggest example being that silly 1/3 double striking flyer, where we went infinite, but then our opponent just pumped this double striking flyer and killed us in the air before we could untap. This is a solvable problem. We could play like Impact Tremor, some sort of card that deals damage whenever a creature enters, but then we're up to needing 5 combo pieces, and as we saw in our matches, it's already really hard to get 4 combo pieces, so I'm not sure it actually fixes the problem, because you're going to get even less consistent, but it would be nice to have a way to win the game right away. I guess some sort of mass haste could work, but the problem is we're mostly tapping our creatures, so we can't really attack with all of them anyway, so that's the bad news. Inconsistent, and even if we combo, we still need that 1 extra turn to win. The good news is, I actually came away from this being very impressed with supportive appearance and the web slinging cards. I think all of those cards perform better than I expected them to. Yeah, maybe the infinite combo is not going to be the way people take advantage of them, but we got to see like Silk coming down on turn 2 with web slinging off of Llanowar Elf and just taking over the game. We got to see Arachne just absolutely wrecking some opponents. Arachne is kind of a funny card. In some matchups, it's kind of just a 3/3 with web slinging. In other matchups, it's kind of like super game over Thalia, even better than Thalia in some ways because you name artifact or an enchantment. So in some matchups, it just absolutely hoses people. And I think actually our best games with the deck weren't even the combo games. It was games where we like turn 1 Llanowar, turn 2 supportive parents, and then get down an Ultic Matter Weaver or Silk and just dump our hand and make all these tokens. Supportive parents is a really explosive card. And I think I came away from this overall feeling like, okay, the infinite combo probably isn't going to be very good just because you need so many pieces to pull it off. But the web slinging cards themselves and supportive parents is this kind of like synergy combo piece. They all really overperformed and felt really good. So I think there's some potential for web slinging. It just might not be an infinite combo form, at least in Standard. But anyway, that's infinite web slinging. That's been our deck for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.